All right, guys. Bitcoin hit 1 million. Sell, sell, sell. I'm just kidding. Oh, what's going on? How's everyone going? It is Sunday. Hopefully, all you guys had a good sleep in today with the time change. Now, some of you may not have underwent the time change because a lot of people are trying to get rid of it, but we had a time change, so we had an extra hour of sleep. I woke up and I was like, whoa, I slept in. Then I was like, wait, never mind. It's like normal time. Awesome. Yeah, craziness. Anyway, let's do a quick roll call, see what's going on. We're going to be doing AMA, answering your guys' questions. If we don't know the answer, Google hopefully knows the answer. We'll also kind of run through a few things as well. And then just at me, make sure I can, see your questions. Send me an at, super chat, anything like that. Much appreciated, 100%. So we got Andres 23007. What is going on? We got I Show Slow, and I saw you did ask me for the song title. I'm not 100% sure of the title. I will have to look it up for you. We got Squirrel Master. What's going on? Jimmy G's. Try not to repeat too many names here. You guys are talking away. Dave Collins, what is going on? What do we got here? Just a Miner, what's happening? Crypto Baltus. Okay, a whole bunch of okay. Oh, Gordon Murray, what is going on? How's everyone going? Scrolling. Good. Okay, let's see what we got here. Did I miss anybody? Seems like everyone's just talking like crazy. Oh, we got Ogre MGTOW. What is going on? Welcome, Alexander Fleener. AMA Tube, probably. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. Hugo Down, what's going on? Probes, G Gave, Ninja Kid, BDD, what's going on? Brud Putz is in the house. I see Techman's in the house. He's not at the casino today, so welcome. Maybe that's where you were yesterday. I'm not sure. Possibly. Jock McMiner, UK, what's going on? Crypto AM. Fudweiser doesn't look to be here today. He did have to work today, so that's probably where he's at. And then we got Travelers Travels. What's going on? But you have to go to work in 30 minutes. Oh, that sucks. We got BDG. What's happening? Ethan Westfield, Fernandez Zickas, Aussie J Mining and Crypto. Integra Guy 041. What's going on? Butt Life Gamer. It just jumped on me. Ultra Carbon Alexis Reed. Ness FPS. What's going on? How's everyone doing today on this Sunday? We're supposed to get a crap ton of snow tomorrow. Supposedly, it's been snowing pretty good for the past couple days. It's like minus 15 out right now. The rigs are loving the cold temperatures, obviously, but yeah. Oh, wait, there he is. I see him right there. Better hit the button. Fudweiser. All right, so I saw Fudweiser right there listening in. I think he's at work. So I see some ads happening. What do we got going on here? Let me just scroll till we see him. But to close, hey, time change here was on October. Your time change was on October 30th? Interesting. Okay. That's a ways. Ours used to be a lot sooner, I think, but then they extended it to be longer or something. I don't know. Travelers Travels at Rabid Mining for the same price, an ARC 770 or two RX 5700 XTs. That's a tough one. Right now, I would probably roll with the 5700 XTs. I don't know too much in how the 770s do, but I'm pretty sure that they don't really have the miner support. Maybe eventually, once they open up, then we can actually see some hash rates on how those GPUs are performing. But right now, just due to miner support and stuff, I would probably go with the 5700 XTs. Listen in. You got snow there? Yeah, we got a bunch of snow here. It's minus 15. And, it's pretty cold in Celsius department right now. Ogre MGTOW. Keep the dirty 4-letter word up there in Canada. I don't want any. Yeah, minus 15 degrees Celsius. It's been mid 70s in the southern Illinois for a week now. Is this November? Yeah, crazy over there, huh? Can you GPU mine while you are CPU mining on the same motherboard? A lot of people ask that question, and yes, you can CPU mine as well as GPU mine on the same rig, motherboard, and so on. Now, a few things we got to keep in mind here is, like I've never done it myself, but based on other people's reports and through Discord and stuff, once you hit about 6 GPUs or so on like a 3900X, 3950, same thing for the 5000 series, you may have to start limiting a few threads because then you start to run into some, issues with GPUs not hashing and stuff like that. So you may have to free up a little bit of resources, so you won't be able to 100% mine with that CPU. Another thing that may be interesting, which may be good for some testing, maybe in the next bull run. No, I'm just kidding. Probably do it beforehand. But the 3000 series, these Ryzen CPUs got like 40 to 60, or I don't know, they got a lot of PCI Express lanes. So depending on the motherboard, yeah, they only got like 6 slots or something. But utilizing those 4 USB, not the USB ones, but the PCI Express 4-way splitters, you may be able to make like a 20 GPU mining rig or something based on that, as long as you're using ×1 on everything. So that could be an experiment that could be done. I believe Red Panda tried doing that on an older Threadripper, like the 1900 something or something, but I thought that's way old gen. They don't really have all the lanes there and everything and so on. But you know, I believe there's like 40 to 60 lanes. I'm gonna have to look up the actual number, but you could probably run a lot of GPUs utilizing those splitters across the motherboards with those gens. Again, it comes down to how many lanes the motherboards actually have. And AMD is a little bit different from Intel, where with AMD, the USB ports and everything do use PCI Express lanes as well out of the CPU. So you will have to disable those to maximize those lanes, where Intel, the chipsets, don't do that with Intel. So you have to look into the specs and how everything really works there. But yes, you know, to answer your question, it's pretty long answer here, but you can GPU mine while CPU mining. It just, you might hit a limit and you have to limit some threads there eventually. What do we got here? Mental Mining UK. Have you done any gaming? Neoxa, GTI 5 server with DJ Mines and Chump Change? No. Currently, I don't really like any of the games Neoxa has. If they get into Roblox or maybe Ark or something, I'll probably do it. Someone asked the question the other day on the gaming channel, I should jump into GTA 5 and stuff, but I don't really play the big mature games myself because of, you know, I got the little one here. You never know, she might see something or whatever, right? So I don't do those. Plus copyright there. I believe there's a lot of interesting stuff like GTA, for example. It's really easily to get copyright strikes due to the background music, whether you're driving your car and stuff. So I'm just going to ignore the headaches and everything that's going on there, and I just don't do it. So no, I haven't played it, and I'm not really jumping into it right now. But yeah, it could be a lot of fun. But you know, I have talked to Neoxa about other games that I do play and I would be interested in. They said it would be pretty easy to implement it, and they have actually looked into like Ark Survival Evolved and stuff and said they could do it. So I think that'd be an interesting thing to go about if they do that. But for now, I currently don't play the games that they are supporting in so far. Hey, I'm an Indian miner from India. Nice. I hear you have fairly cheap power over there. I think that is. Start YouTube channel after inspired you. Oh, really? Nice. Awesome. Congratulations. How's it going? So started your own YouTube channel, inspired you. That's a great thing. You know, if you want to just do it. If you know, if you're ever debating on, you know, maybe starting your own channel or something, I was kind of in the same boat until one day, you know, Red Panda was like, you know what, just start your own channel, do it. You know, what could go wrong? You know, no one watches it or something, you know, worst case scenario. But then eventually, you know, you just slowly build up from there and it turns into what it turns into. So for Indian miner out there, congratulations to you for starting your miner from watching me. And to anyone else, if you're up in the air about maybe even trying to start a channel and do a video once a week, once a day, once a month, whatever, you know, if you're thinking about it, just go out and do it. You know, sitting there doing nothing is not going to help you out. So just try to do it and see what happens. Rabid, I need a GPU, but I don't got enough money. Any help would be great. I think we're all kind of feeling the pinch right now. So I don't have anything I can give away right now. I wish I could, though. I do. I wish I could, but I don't. I use my channel for return disputes on defective stuff I order, so it's easier to get refunds. Hey, there's a good way to go about it too. Just be like, hey, you better refund this, or I'm gonna tell everybody that you guys are doing me bad here. That's hilarious. Andres has a channel. Nice, awesome. I need to go live on weekend, but not sure a good time. Yeah, Tech Man, go do some weekend live streams. Yeah, that'd be awesome to see you go live. I don't know either. How often? We have to check out your channel though and see, because in the analytics it should have a prime time to when you should stream. Technically, it tells me I should stream like 2 hours earlier, but then I'll be overlapping a few people. But you know, I just probably, I don't think anyone streams like right after I do, or even before me on Sundays. So maybe an hour before I go, or an hour after, or right after I go on Sundays could be a good time for you. Saturdays, I don't know. Panda keeps changing his schedule, so I don't know when he goes lives. And I believe Serpent's 2 hours before me. So maybe even on Saturdays. So maybe even Saturdays and Sundays, if you wanted to go live, try going an hour before, or maybe an hour after might be a decent time for you. AMA Tube. Oh, there you are. So RTM on GPU, good or bad idea, or just put them on RXD? Well, that's a good question. Some people, it depends on power price. Now, obviously, when it comes to Ghost Rider and stuff, GPUs can mine it with Wild Rig. It's just not that efficient compared to a CPU. A CPU gets a bunch more hash rate and it does it at less power. But if you have free power, very cheap power, then it's not really an issue for you. And obviously, if RXD is more profitable than mining Raptorium on that GPU, you're probably better off mining that GPU coin in the terms of RXD. Now, if you missed the video previously where I showed you how to look for spec mineable coins, and then the follow up to that where I finally released how to make that spreadsheet for yourself to check profitabilities before you even mine a coin or something on it, then you can use those to your own kind of utilization to figure out, what would be more profitable for your situation as well. Chump does rig picks early stream on Friday and Saturday. Early stream. How early though? Yeah, it's like 5 in the morning though. So yeah, that's very early. I'm sleeping at that time. Rabid, what CPU do you recommend for starting with CPU mining? I would go with the 3900, 3950, 5900, or 5950X. The 12 and 16 core Ryzen CPUs, because you do need a motherboard. You can get a little bit cheaper going with like a 3700, but then you are losing 4 cores. It's pretty much each step up is the same. You're gaining 4 cores, and I do believe the sweet spot is in those 12 and 16 core CPUs. Now, it will come down to price. Now, what can you find? Sometimes you can find the 5000 series cheaper than the 3, and other times you can find the 3000 series a lot cheaper than the 5000 series. Check your local markets, maybe check Amazon. I got links in the descriptions here for any Amazon. If you plan on shopping on Amazon, hit any Amazon link, and it will greatly help out the channel. So I encourage you guys, if you guys do plan on doing anything on that Amazon, please smash a link. It will help me out at no extra cost to you. But yeah, I would go with one of those. Now, the best CPU currently consumer grade to mine is the 7950X. It's a monster. It's awesome. It's seen performance gains, but it's just too expensive. That's why I don't really recommend that thing right now. But eventually in the future, it probably will become the recommended CPU once AM5 and stuff does get a little cheaper. There's a lot more motherboards out there. Maybe after the release of the next gen, the 7000 series will come down in price, but currently it is in the 3 and 5000 series. And then just roll with a motherboard of about a B450, B550, X470. Those are all you need. A cheap little motherboard here, because unless you really plan on overclocking it, you don't need an expensive motherboard like an X570. They use more power as well, so you can just ignore all that. Running nice and efficient at the base clock or lower at 1 volt or under, depending on Silicon Lottery, is up to you. And all you need is a cheap motherboard for that to happen. 3700X more efficient. They're all fairly close to the same. It's just that the 3700X is using less cores. It has less cores, so less threads. It's an 8-core 16 thread, where the 3900X is a 12-core 24 thread, and then your 3950X is a 16-core 32 thread. But I think as the CPUs actually get a little bit bigger, they do become a little bit more efficient between all the silicon per thread. But again, I believe the consumer grade there might not actually do that, where you do see in the epics. That is the case when it comes to thread rippers and epics, but those prices are way up there. But you do see better efficiencies per thread in terms of power use when you're mining. But again, I don't really recommend those right now because they are very expensive operations. 3700X is $200. Is that USD or is that Canadian? Because I have been finding 3900Xs for $300 to $350 Canadian, which works out to be, I don't even know. Let's take a look. What's 350 CAD to USD. So 259. So I've been finding 3900Xs for about 259 USD dollars. So, you know, that's not too bad of a deal, I don't think. Yeah, that's USD. So check your used markets. Black Friday is coming up, guys. So keep that in mind too. I'm up in the air. I'm kind of trying to find a new monitor, especially for the gaming channel and stuff, because right now I'm running 27-inch 1440p 155 overclocked hertz monitor that I sometimes play Arc and stuff on the gaming channel. But I do want to upgrade to something 4K, and I have been looking into I can't remember, it's the Gigabyte M32U, I think it is. It seems like a fairly budget-friendly 4K monitor. It's 144 hertz, 1 millisecond response time. So I might upgrade to that. My workstation does consist of a 7950X and an RTX 3090. So, you know, I should be able to run in 4K game operation here. So I am looking for a monitor upgrade. And some people do use those ultra wide monitors, but upon doing my research, and I'm probably going to have to touch up on this because it has nothing to do with mining, it'll be more on the gaming channel type of content. But the ultra wide monitors aren't true 4K, 1440, or even 1080, because when they do utilize, they say 4K ultra wide, they're only talking about the vertical pixels, and the horizontal could be down to 720 for all it could be. But they're still calling it a 4K monitor because it could be the 3180 or whatever vertically, but it could be like 720 on the horizontal. And that's still considered a 4K monitor. So I don't think I'm going to go into the ultra wide aspect of anything. I'm going to stay with the standard 19 to 9 or whatever it is ratio there, because ultra wide seems like you're actually not running at the full resolution you're supposed to, and it's a lot less, and you can witness a lot of pixelizations and stuff. Anyway, nothing to do with mining aspect. I just went on a little rant there over nothing. What do we got here? A whole bunch of ads happening. Scrolling up. Hey, Rabid Mining, can you check I am registered for the Duro Poker next week? Sure. All right, let me bring up Poker Stars. Where is it? Oh man. Let's see here. Open, loading, login. You guys are probably gonna hack me now. Just kidding. Close. Duro Poker Club. So there's 70 people that have joined the club. As for people that are signed up, we have 49 that are signed up now. Click to see list of players. So what is your poker name? Jock McMiner UK. Is it here? Is that your name? Let's just see. J. Oh, there you are, Jock McMiner. You're good to go. United Kingdom right here. Yes, you are registered up. You are in the tournament. You made it. You're there. You're set by the looks of things. Hold on. I see. I gotta scroll up now. You have a channel to go to the dark. Just outright mine. Just starting my CPU miner, my Mini Z9 ASIC, both during good profits right now, but I can't tell you which coin. Sorry, public issues. Hey, that's no problem. It's nice that you're finding some profits. That's awesome for you. The Ryzen 7 5800H does 5.3 kilohash on RX0. 5800H, is that the notebook version or something, or the little one? Around mine, can you CPU mine on Hive OS to Zelcore wallet, or will I have to use different BIOS and wallets? Yes, you should 100%. Zelcore wallet is just a wallet address. So you can use any wallet address within Hive OS. So you should be 100% fine to use a Zelcore wallet address and mine in Hive OS. Ultra wide and arc. Can anyone tell what they are mining with CPU, or which is most profitable CPU coin right now? MetaMagin, currently I do believe that is Duro. Now, if you are unaware, over on the website here, there is a CPU mining calculator. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to put the link into the chat here for you guys. So this is the Rabid Mining CPU mining calculator. I got my presets here for my farm, but I'll load them up. I'm going to go to 11 cents per kilowatt hour, calculate, and we can see, yeah, Dero is hanging out in first place right now. But you can see here, it's $26.85 before power, $19.32 per day after power. And then we got Jagger Coin is hanging out at $14 before, $6.76 after power. There's a bunch of coins here, actually. Like, they're all making money after power here. So we got Raptorium's making $5 a day after power, even at this case, and so on. So yeah, just go to the Rabid Mining CPU mining calculator, come in here, pick your presets, and hit the load button, and it should give you a profitability based on this. So currently there is a 3900X, 3950X, 5900, 5950X, and 7950X preset set. And we do need your guys' help to click this little button here and utilize that and help us out with more hash rates across various more CPU mining algorithms, so we can get more information together for you guys. Have you talked about the Duro Dex yet? No, I haven't yet, and I haven't really looked into it too much yet. I got a lot of stuff kind of going on right now, and I'm trying to catch up on a few things that I'm supposed to have done by now, but I will be looking at that fairly soon, because it is interesting. That does bring value to a project, things like this and bridges and so on. So I'll check out the Duro Dex here sometime, but it's going to be an interesting thing. Can you add Xeon CPUs up there? I can add them there if I knew the hash rates. So obviously it sounds like that's what you have. So if you know some of your hash rates, like I just showed you, come in here, hit this button here. The dev will get your submitted hash rates and just go through the algorithms. You don't have to know them all, but if you want to test all these algos, that'd be much appreciated. And remember, things like Mike, which is VCOX, and Ghost Rider, you're going to need to use your 24-hour averages so we can get that more accurate, because just going in there, you could load up, you'd be doing 25 kilohash, and then in 5 minutes, you only be doing like 3 kilohash, because it's just the way the algorithm works. So you are going to need average hash rates for some of these, but most of these are fairly fast to test, like Pufferfish, Astrobot, RandomX, so on, because you pretty much point click to it and they don't swap around different algorithms. But if you guys can get your hash rates in there, whatever ones you do know, it will help us update some more CPUs in there. Why am I finding Intel CPUs with more cores for same price as AMD CPUs with less cores? Intel CPUs with more cores for the same price as AMD CPUs. Yeah, Intel's, when it comes to mining, they're horrible. Now, Intel's getting better by adding more cores and everything and threads. They're still not adding more threads, but they're adding more cores at least. But they don't have the L3 cache that we do need for the profitable coins. Now, Duro doesn't really require the L3, so it may be okay with the Intels, but Ghost Rider algorithm, Mike algorithm, all sorts of other ones, they do require at least 2 megabytes per thread. And that means the Intels, you can't even use half the CPU with a lot of these. And some of them, you're not even using 25% of the full CPU, including in the newest Raptor Lake models. So, you know, you have to keep an eye on the L3 cache that's being implemented with this. And that is where Intel is lacking right now. What do we got? 300 euro AMD CPU with 8 cores, while Intel had 14. Yeah, but if you're only using, you know, you have 14 cores, 28 threads, but you're only using like 12 threads, you're hardly using that CPU because it lacks the L3. And that CPU, I'm not sure which one it is, but it's probably lacking quite a bit. Now, I want to bring up some interesting things here. You guys may already be aware about it, but I found this the other day. Actually, it was a couple days ago. It's a couple days old now, 2 days old. But Walmart, third-party sellers. Now, this is not Walmart directly. So if anyone says Walmart is selling Bitcoin miners, that's not the case. Just like Amazon and everything else, third-party sellers can sell anywhere, even on Best Buy. Newegg even has them now. But Walmart, people have been linking ASIC miners to Walmart. Now, look at this. Normally, a little over $3,800, down to $2,600.55 or $55. No sense here, but you can see they're listing the S19 95 terahash 3250 watts on the Walmart site. Now, originally I was like, okay, this is bad. People are going to get scammed, but it does look like they offer returns. So there are free holiday returns until January 31st. So that's actually kind of interesting. We actually look at the seller. This is coming from, who is it? Shinzan, right here. Oh, so Shenzhen, Shiku, whatever that is. But, you know, it says their wholesale of crypto miner machine, yada, 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 about seller. No reviews yet, but it's listed at Walmart on their website. Obviously, it's third party. It's not Walmart directly, but it says it does follow all the Walmart shipping rules. So it's gonna be interesting if anyone ends up purchasing these and what actually shows up. Now, it does say you can return these by January 31st, which is a good thing because I feel a lot of these probably might not be working when you get them. But I thought that was interesting to kind of point out there. Also, have you guys heard about this? Pre-order the E300. This is a 10 gigahash Caspa miner. There's an ASIC for Caspa out now, guys. An ASIC. And I know as us as GPU miners, we're looking at this. We're like, well, we're not going to buy this. We got GPUs. GPUs hash pretty good. What is the 4090 does like 2.5 or 2.6 gigahash or something on, you know, on Caspa alone stuff. But this is 10 gigahash. This is only about 450 watts. So yeah, down here it does say 450 watts at 10 gigahash. I punched that into what to mine, and that is $5 before power, $3.81 after power at 11 cent USD kilowatt hour, which is about my power price. Now I know we're looking at this like, you know, this is like 5,000 USD. It's expensive, but if this thing turns out to be legit, people are going to buy it, and a bunch of people are going to buy it. They're going to happen. You could be a GPU miner and say, I'm not buying that. That's a waste of money. But people will buy this, especially people with a lot cheaper power, people that own mining farms. You know, some people just have extra cash they don't care about and they feel like burning it. They will buy these. So what happens at that point? People buy these, the hash rate is going to start spiking, and it's going to get to the point where you pretty much have to have one because a GPU will not be making anything on Caspa anymore. So we're kind of get thrown into a corner here, depending how this works. And if this does become a big seller, well, we can only expect Bitmain or someone to capitalize on it as well. And there goes GPU mining on Caspa. It will come to an end. That's just, we're looking at the start of potentially the end of Caspa GPU mining. So just my 2 cents on the whole operation in terms of like the whole evolution process here. But Caspa is now starting to look very bad. Another coin that may be removed from the GPUs, which is usually has been one of the most profitable coins to mine. But it'll be interesting. Now, I don't know the full details on it. Once I know a little more info, you know, tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'll do a little bit of digging, see what I can come around. But then I'll try to drop a video on that. But this is just very early. You know, we found this, took a look at the specs, and this is pretty much all we know about this miner right now. So I'll try to find some more stuff and see what happens. But I expect that more manufacturers will start dealing with this. Now, this is only set for K heavy hash. Caspa is on its only one. So there are no other heavy hash algorithms that you can mine with this. Only the K heavy hash. Now there may be a firmware that comes close to heavy hash. I believe heavy hash is fairly close to some other algorithms as well. I'm not sure which ones, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, at Rabid Mining, do you have any out-of-the-box mining recommendations for CPU or GPU mining that no one is talking about? Any out-of-the-box recommend? What do you mean by any out-of-the-box mining recommendations? I'm not sure what you mean by that. It's so much experience. It says the firmware can be updated to mine Ergo in the future on the That's interesting that they say the firmware can be updated. Now, I wonder if they're using that as a marketing campaign or if those algorithms are that close together, because we already know, or at least through the rumor mill, there are soon to be ASICs ready to roll onto Ergo, and there are currently FPGAs that are destroying Ergo right now. Like, when I say destroying, mentioned a little bit yesterday, I'm talking 900 mega hash at about 250 watt destroying Ergo. So that's out there. Those things are there, but it's not really public knowledge yet. And I've been hinting at this probably for about a little over a month now, because I do talk to a couple farms that do have these and confirmed them. And I'm waiting to get an older version of an FPGA sent out to me to see if, it's all working and stuff. But yeah, things are sounding very up in the air right now. Also, on top of that rumor mill, let's no, before I just break it out, I'm just gonna say it. There's also rumors that there are ASICs being built, or at least trying to be built, to capitalize on Kapow. Kapow, yes, Ravencoin, Meowcoin, Neoxa, the main Kapow anti-ASIC resistant algorithm. Now, this is where things get really funny. ASIC resistance. ASIC resistant is not ASIC anti-ASIC, I guess. So when it comes down to ASIC resistance, in theory, you can say Ethereum was ASIC resistance as well. It's actually kind of promoted as ASIC resistant within the algorithm, but it's not ASIC proof. Now, ASIC proof means an ASIC cannot be built for it. It keeps doing whatever. Now, an ASIC, when they design these ASICs and everything between the chips and everything, they pretty much see what they need for that algorithm alone to work on. And then they strip every component out of it. And that's where we came in, to be seeing all these Ethereum ASICs. Now, because it's kind of ASIC resistant, we're seeing Bitcoin. Now, take Bitcoin for an example. We got CPUs, they can mine Bitcoin. We got GPUs, they can mine Bitcoin as well. But the hash rate is very, very, very low compared to a Bitcoin ASIC. It's like 1,000, maybe even 5,000 times the hash rate of a GPU or CPU. That's a fully ASIC coin. Now, ASIC resistance is something like we see on Ethereum, where they are more efficient than a GPU, but they're not 1,000 times the hash rate. Like we see with the Jazz miners, they are at about, 1 gigahash at about 500 mega hash, where in GPUs we'd need for 1 gigahash, we'd probably be using, 1,500, 1,800 watts or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head what it would be, but you can just see where the efficiency comes in. But it's not 1,000 times gain like we see in Bitcoin and stuff. Now, moving into Ravencoin, Ravencoin is kind of pretend it's like Ghostwriter. Ghostwriter has 20 to 40 mini algorithms within it, and it's constantly changing. Now, Ravencoin does do this. There are many algorithms, and some of you guys, kind of wondered, like, why is my hash rate not like what this guy says and stuff? So you could start mining Ravencoin 5 different times within a half an hour and have 5 different hash rates, because there are, I believe, 4 or 5 little algorithms within Ravencoin. They're fairly close. They might be like half a mega hash to 1 mega hash apart from each other, which is where you see little discrepancies there. But there are about 5 little algorithms within Ravencoin. So as an ASIC manufacturer, all they got to figure out is what is the minimum parts needed within a chip to maximize their efficiency on those 5 little algorithms. And bam, once they figure that out, a Kapow ASIC will be made. And it sounds like they are getting close for that to be done. So be very careful. That's all they have to do. It can switch those algorithms around within the main algorithm. All they got to do is figure out how to strip down to the mini parts within those 5 mini algorithms. Once they do that, they can do it. They can make it. And it sounds like it's probably fairly close, within 6 to 7 months of coming into testing phases. So we'll see what happens there. But again, it's just a rumor right now, but it's a possibility. We'll see. And remember, ever since Ethereum left, big money makers are gone. These big companies, don't count them out. They're looking at everything. Look at now, we got a Caspa ASIC on the way. We got these Ergo insane hash rate things coming on the way. And now the hints at potentially Ravencoin. So we don't know, but it is almost like an evolution of crypto mining where it does start moving to these other types of machines. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, ASIC resistant equals ASIC soon. That's very, very that's a good way to put it, actually. ASIC resistant does not mean anti-ASIC. It's more like they'll come eventually. They're not going to be 1,000 times increase, but they might be more efficient than a GPU or something. So that's pretty much all that's really what's going on there. But it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens. Squirrel, that's very good. True. That's very true as well, Squirrel Master. So they may have some online. I don't really know at all, but like, this is just information I was kind of getting from this farm here, and words down the rumor mill. Like, remember, farms, guys, like what we see on ASIC miner value, what we see through leaks and rumors, you know, was already after people have been hearing about things and testing and using things for months. Like mining farms, they probably knew about the KA3 2 or 3 months before Bitmain even sent their first Twitter post about it. Remember, these mining farms, they get first dibs on a lot of things. And because they buy it in mass amounts, they're catering to these mining farms. So they hint things out, they get their early orders in, and then they work on it from there. So, no, getting actual tips and rumors from a legit huge mining farm does kind of come into a little more accuracy than just hearing it from a random rumor. So again, like I said, it's still just a rumor, but it sounds like it's possible and it's probably going to happen sometime soon. Anyway, which coin do you prefer to mine, ETC or Flux or Ergo? Based on previous pumps, I do believe Flux has a huge potential to move forward. Now, I do believe ETC has the best chance to at least cater to most of us miners into the next bull run. So take that any way you want. So I think it's a toss-up right now, probably between ETC as well as Flux. Ergo is nice and efficient, but if you tune your GPUs right, Flux actually uses less power than even Ergo. It's true. I tested on 3060. I haven't tested with everything yet. I still got to do all my GPU testing here sometime soon. But Flux on a 3060 uses less power than mining Ergo. So I found that quite interesting. Yeah. FW may do something. It's been seeing some decent pumps when we've been hitting these little rallies here as well. They've been going up, you know, 20 to 40%. When ETH has been going up. So it's interesting to see their ETF. Obviously, that sounds like it's going to be a bomb, but who knows? Yeah.
You might have to run up to Katie's after.
Why?
Because to get the boys, and they have to go and do something. They have to go.
So you heard from Red Panda then. Hear what? What are you talking about? No. No, I didn't hear no rumors from Red Panda. I heard it from, like, I'm talking like a farm where it's like they're in the megawatts, like a lot of megawatts, like a big farm, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of GPUs. They got hundreds and thousands of ASICs. They got thousands of FPGAs. Like, it's a legit big farm. Why aren't we making these machines? Which coin do you prefer? Okay, we kind of went through that. Now I don't know. Let's kind of have a look at this. I don't know what the numbers are. Where's the GPU side of things here? GPU, we got Ethereum Classic. I kind of want to touch up on this again. Now, Ethereum Classic, what do I have here? Where's my hash rate calculator? Hash power calculator. Mega hash here. So what was, let's just go 900, you know, let's go 600 terahash. 600 terahash is about this amount of mega hash. So I'm going to copy this. So 600 terahash for the hash rate, which is not really on any network right now. Obviously, we're spread across a lot of things, but I just want to come into Ethereum Classic. I'm going to put this in 600 terahash onto ETC. Now 61 mega hash, so we need 31 cents. So now we're just going to move the price a little bit. So let's try 200 bucks. 33. So look at that. Look at this. So if Ethereum Classic hits $200 at 10 cents per kilowatt hour, a 3060 Ti at 61 mega hash uses 31 cents a day in power. We're 2 cents profitable, and ETC only needs $200. I do believe ETC seen higher than that. Let's take a look. ETC price. What was, maybe they didn't hit that price actually. All-time high. What did they spike at in the last bull run? 119. Okay, they didn't hit that. So they need to pretty much double what their previous all-time high was, you know, about 80% more to cater to 3060 Ti's at 600 terahash. But I know that seems like a crazy high number right now, but it's more, that is more likely happening than something like Flux hitting $900 or $800, I think personally. And that's still only paying out miners 3.2 million. Now let's just look at Flux here. Let's say Flux hits $600. $600 Flux. Oh my gosh, that is paying out 32 million. That's about where Ethereum was in the bull run. All right. Let's see where $300. That'd be a nice price. Let's get a price, guys. Let's do an estimation here on what do you think Flux is going to hit at the peak of the next bull run? What do you guys think? We can just get an idea of how profitable it may be. Like, is it going to hit the $600? That would be absolutely awesome, and we're all saved. Actually, we're still not saved because everyone will point to it, and then the hash rate's going to spike, and it's still paying about what Ethereum was in the previous bear market prior to the merge. So, what do you got? $10, $3, 20 to $30. Okay, I just trying to find Flux here for a second. I forgot what I was doing. Flux. Here we go. Flux. Where did it spike here? And remember, Flux is young, guys. When's the first? So we got 2018, according to this, is when it first came in. So it's a young coin. This is the first bull run it's actually ever seen. So it hit $3.12. $3.12. So you guys figure 5 to 15, 50 to 60, 3 to 5. Yeah, so maybe $100 in 2025. So 2025, you figure $100, $100 Flux. That'd be insane. Now, if Flux hits $100, you know, that would be that'd be good. Look at that. Flux, $100, $5.4 million. It will be paying out to miners. So what's the current hash rate on Flux? Let's just take a look at that right now. Mining pool stats. Where are you? Mining pool. Mining pool stats, Flux, Flux. Now we got 6.87 mega souls. So mega hash, mega souls, 6.87. So we hash in the hashes here when it comes to that. So we're going to go CPU mineable. We're going to put in this current hash rate. Wow. 65 souls. So if you have something, if your rig is doing 65, am I on that? Flux? Yeah. Where's the hash rates here? I got to actually find hash rates. Now, what to mine a 3070? What we got going on here? I got to find where's Flux. 63. Yeah, that's about, okay. Yeah. 63 souls on a 3070. Does that seem about right? 63. So there we go. If Flux hits $100 next bull run at the current hash rates on the network, you're making $49 a day. $49 if Flux hits $100 with the current hash rate. Obviously, the hash rate is going to be moving on to Flux at this point because the profitability is absolutely insane. $49 on a single 3070. I don't think it's going to last long, but that'd be absolutely insane to think about. And I don't even have the block rewards correct here because you got to account parallel assets within Flux itself. And I don't have that in here. What to mine is accurate when calculating the parallel assets because I did try to pool one time for 24 hours and the payouts I got was pretty much exactly what to mine was predicting. So it does sound like PAs are within what to mine, even though they're still saying the block reward is whatever it is. I asked about the halving the other day. It sounds like the halving is only for the node part. It's a node halving, not necessarily a mining. So the mining part sounds like it's going to remain as is, plus parallel assets, but the nodes and everything will have that halving event. So example, if you're on a node, you're getting paid out 5 Flux a month, you're going to be down to 2.5 Flux per month on the nodes, but it sounds like the proof of work part may remain. Mindsum, what's going on? And congratulations to Mindsum. He did hit 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel very recently, like today or yesterday or something. And I think Flux can do it. I am concerned they will increase the total supply, but I trust they won't now. Zellcash initially had a total supply of 210 million when it became Flux at 400 million. Interesting. Yeah, no, I believe Flux could hit these prices for sure. I just don't know if it'll happen within 2025, maybe in 2029 or something. But that's the big thing. What is something actually going to explode like we did see Ethereum do in 2020? Is something going to do that? Hopefully something does. But here's another thing to keep in mind. Now, Flux is looking awesome right now at the current hash rate, but it's still only paying $5.4 million per day to its miners. 5.4 million. That's still not very much. Remember, Ethereum was 54 million. we're looking at price of 4,000. What's the price of at that right now? USD 1608. 1608. So if Ethereum is here right now, 1608. So 21 million. So look at that. If Ethereum was still here right now, it'd be paying out 21 million. And this was about what? With all the miners on it, we're getting 60, 70 cents after power, 50 cents maybe for some. I can't really remember what it was. It wasn't huge like we saw in the bull run, but it was still paying a massive amount of money to all the miners out there. And most of these miners, they're still there, guys. No one's selling out their farms. There are the odd people selling weekends for sure, but a lot of people are just shut off. So we can still see we're about 4 times less profitable with Flux at $100. If all these miners turn on, we would probably be back to breaking even, maybe making 10 cents a day or something if all the miners flocked over to Flux and nothing else. Obviously, we're going to have more of these coins moving up in price and everything, so it will have a more distribution going across here. But if Flux became the big money maker, a lot of the hash rate will just flock to it, and that could result in potentially back to almost no profit. So we do have to keep that still in the back of our mind. Even though right now this is looking way too good to be true, it's still a possibility. There are only 2,500 mining addresses on Flux. See, yeah, exactly. And there's millions of addresses on Ethereum. Obviously, they have a lot of user base as well, but that's another thing we got to account for. There's still, none of these coins are a fraction, all these added up are a fraction of what Ethereum really was. So it is going to take a lot of huge gains to actually reconcile all that. But on the other hand, let's say, you know, someone asked to do this kind of with Ravencoin. So let's take a look at Ravencoin. I'm hoping I have all this correct. So let's look at Ravencoin prices. Give me some Ravencoin prices and let's try to do some rough calculations here. What do you guys figure? Ravencoin. Do they actually know something we don't? Who knows? Ravencoin. Anyone got a Ravencoin price? What do you think Ravencoin will hit? We're doing some future predictions of the next bull run of mining profitability. 40 cent Ravencoin. That would be awesome. 50 cents. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're on Price is Right. The Price is Right, guys. 40 cents, 50 cents, 19 cents. You know what? Let's look back. I believe, where's Ravencoin? Let's, Flux price. Let's take a look at Ravencoin price just to see what the history is kind of telling us. What is the history of Ravencoin telling us? So 2018, remember, yeah, a lot of these coins didn't come out till after 2017's bull run. So we spiked here. This is the first bull run for Ravencoin as well. So $3.12 was the peak of Ravencoin. It peaked at $3. Is that right? I'm on Flux still. What am I looking at? That's not right at all. Is Ravencoin not on here? I was like, wow, when did Ravencoin hit over $1? That's insane. I almost blew my mind. I was like, why did we not sell? Why? How come we didn't sell any Ravencoin back then? So yeah, we're still here, 2018. All right, so what did Ravencoin hit at this point? Wow, I almost fell off my chair there. Okay, so this looks a little better. Ravencoin peaked at about 29.9 cents. So pretty much 22 cents Ravencoin hit in 2021. That looks like this is what, March 20th of 2021. That's actually interesting, guys. Oh yeah. Do you guys see what I'm seeing here? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do you guys see what I'm kind of seeing here? This may be a bad sign. It may be a good sign. I don't know. I really don't know. But you see it peaked at the start. Now, 2021 had 2 spikes happen in it across most of the cryptos, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on. But looking at Ravencoin, it spiked in the first spike, but it didn't hit those levels, the bigger levels, where the other coins actually went like this, down, and then they went higher around summer of 2021. And Ravencoin, it hit the spike and just went downhill. It didn't even see a recovery here. So actually, you know what? Let's just look at that just so I can show you what I'm kind of talking about here. Let's look at BTC. We'll look at this. So here's kind of what I'm showing you. let's look at the timeline here. Let's zoom in to get this, and we'll look at some dates. All right, so Bitcoin, we got the first spike. Actually, Ravencoin even happened sooner. Look at this. We spiked on Ravencoin at February. So we spiked in Ravencoin in February here. And then Bitcoin price the first time didn't spike until March 13th of 2021. Then the larger spike happened in November 8th. So you can see we went on March to November for the second run here, which was the biggest one. The all-time high happened in November, where Ravencoin was actually a month prior to the Bitcoin spike. So this could be a key thing, guys. I do notice this as well. If you watch coins, something will spike ahead of time, and it usually happens all the time. And then it gives you an idea. Like example, some at times Raptorium would spike, and then nothing else in the market would be going on. Then a couple days later, we would see Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff start to go up, and then all of a sudden Ravencoin or Raptorium, whatever, would go down, and then a couple days later, everything else. So some of these coins do get a little bit of support earlier than others. And here we're looking like Ravencoin actually got a month spike, a spike 1 month prior to Bitcoin getting a spike, and then everything else took off. But Ravencoin didn't recover after that, and it continued its downhill fall. So who knows what's going to happen here? It might not see its new all-time highs into the next bull run. It might spike right off the start before the bull run even begins, and everyone will miss it, hoping for the bull run to happen on Ravencoin, and so on. So I don't know. There's some crazy variables going on with Ravencoin here right now, which I found interesting. But it does look like it didn't recover that second time, like we saw with Bitcoin here. This is the first spike. It hit 63,000, then it dipped. And then, what is this? November from March. So it's 8 months. So an 8-month gap here. We had a drop down. 8 months later, we hit the new all-time high in November. So Ravencoin didn't see this happen. It just dipped down. So where are we when Bitcoin actually hit its all-time high here, November 8th. Where was Ravencoin in November 8th? Right there. Here's Ravencoin November 8th. 13 cents. 13-cent Ravencoin when Bitcoin was at its all-time high. So yeah, it didn't recover from there. Very interesting aspect. Anyway, regardless, forget about it. What do we think it's going to hit now inside of the next bull run? Are we going to hit a new all-time high? Are we going to flop? Or is Ravencoin dead? We don't know. Ravencoin has a huge following standing, but maybe it's a lot of bots. I don't really know right now. But I don't really have much Ravencoin. I don't really like the Kapow algorithm. I do not mind the Kapow algorithm unless it's like 10 to 15% more profitable than everything else, because it's power intensive and it likes to blow up GPUs. So you may be melting your equipment as well at a loss at this point in time if you're still mining Kapow right now. So keep that in mind as well. You may be wrecking your farm trying to mine something at this point for pennies, or I guess losing pennies. But anyway, 37 max. You guys think 37 max? All right, let's go with 37 cents maximum on Ravencoin. 37 cents. So that's $1.3 million. Is there going to be a halving event by then? Is there a Ravencoin halving schedule? There, it does have actually. Ravencoin halving. Ravencoin halving countdown. Is there a new one? 000. Okay, yeah. Well, when's the next one? Is halving block reward every 2.1 million blocks. So when was the last one? Has anyone already looked into all this and know the answers, or do we have to do a bunch of mathematical stuff and look at blocks? So every 2.1 million blocks, it has a halving. So 2.1. So I guess 4.2 was the last one. So 6.3, I guess, would be. So 6.3 million, would that be the third halving? 6.3 million. Where is Ravencoin right now? 6.3 million would be the next halving in theory, depending where we're at. What are we at? Block reward 6. No, that don't seem right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're at block 2.5 million right now. January of 2022. Yeah, I just have last winter, but like how long does it take to get through to the next halvening? When was the prior halvenings? Does that ever tune it? So next bull run we might see it probably around 2033. That long? Okay. Yes, it is still there at the top in what to mine. 0.03. I don't know. Okay, forget about it. Let's just hope that we still have the current block rewards in the next bull run. I'll have to do more research and figure this out to see when it actually is. 2026 is the next one. Okay, so at the end of the next bull run. So probably at the tail end while the prices are still kind of up, we will see the next halving if it happens in 2026, like Benoit the miner and Gamer points out there. So let's stick with this. So we're at 37 cents. 27.6 is our profitability. We need 38 cents. So let's just look at what type of hash rate the network can handle for a break even. Kapow is a tough one to configure here. So we're just going to have to go into what to mine. What's the current hash rate on Ravencoin, actually? Current hash rate on Ravencoin is 14.47 terahash. 14.47. So in mega hash numbers, 14.47. Let's get into here. So we'll be making $2.54 if Ravencoin hits 37 cents, or at least if you sold when Ravencoin hit 37 cents if you're mining right now. In this terms of profitability. Now 38 cents is what you'll be using for power. Now we need to figure out a break-even price. If Ravencoin hits an X amount of hash rate at this price, how much would that be? So I don't even know what to put in here for that. Let's just take a look. 14 terahash. Let's say Ravencoin hits 30 terahash of hash rate. We'll come into here. Say it hits 30 terahash of hash rate. We're down. We're still $1.22, but we are under $1 in profitability at this point. So let's move it up a bit more to 35 terahash. Copy. So $1.05. That's not too bad. So I wonder where we are in GPUs at this point in time. So we're at $1.05 with 300 or 35 terahash on the network. I wonder how much more we could get on there. Let's go 45 terahash. I'm trying to get a number here to figure out how many GPUs this amount of hash rate actually is. And that'll give us an idea because there's millions of GPUs out there, right? So 81 cents. So minus 38. All right, you know, this might be a nice number to figure out here. So with 45 terahash on the Ravencoin network, we got to figure now where is what to mine. Now let's just convert this into 3080. So 3080 on Kapow is about 39.5 mega hash. I don't have my phone, so I need a calculator here. So let's go into calculator. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to divide that by what is our hash rate? 39.5. 39.5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's about 1.1 million RTX 3080s. So 45 terahash on Ravencoin is 1.1 million RTX 3080s. Now I can't remember what we had. Oh, do I still have my sheets here? I don't even know. 7900X. No. 7900. Pool test. I got all sorts of crap here. Oh, I can't find them. I thought I saved them. 0 test. 1 PGA. 1 that. Okay, I don't know where it is. Can't remember when I did that video on how many GPUs were on the network and stuff between the main ones. I can't remember how many there were, but there was a heck of a lot more than 1.1 million. I believe 20 or 30 million terms of hash rate was just on Ethereum. So we can still see it'll take a small fraction of miners that were still on the network to even drop 37 cents of profitability right down to nothing in the next bull run. So it won't take much. This isn't a very good number here, and we can still see 1.3 million. So now we're looking at Raven Coins paying out 1.3 million to its miners. We have Flux paying out 5.4 million. Those two together at really high, super great prices are still 25% of what current Ethereum would be paying, and that was still only paying out 60 to 70 cents to miners. So we can still have a good idea here that the future is still not looking too hot. Now, there's still Ergo. There's still obviously Ethereum Classic. Actually, we have 3.2 million here, so that's quite a bit more. We got Neoxa at $4. It's paying out 24 million. So that'd be absolutely insane if that happened. But you can kind of see what's going on in the whole situation with some rough numbers looking at things. Okay, what do we got? You guys doing? Did I miss a bunch of ads here while I was just doing these little random rants? So don't forget about the 15th crypto dump. What 15th? Like, oh, you talk about like November 15th, like coming up right now, or the soon one? At Rabid Mining, is there a tool to convert all the algos to the same variable to easily see all the mineable coins compared? No, it's very difficult. It'll take a lot of work. Now, I was thinking about doing that. Now, I do know there has been a guy on Reddit kind of.
Where's the paint?
The paint? I'm not sure.
Where did you put it?
I didn't put it anywhere. I'll come find it in a minute.
I need it because look, I need it for Mom.
Okay, I'll check it in a minute. The paint. Gotta find the paint after. Okay, so I think Neoxa has more house proof. Okay, what was I talking about now? Oh yeah. So I was trying to figure out a way to look into this. So if you come into here, oh, now the vacuum's going upstairs like crazy. You guys can probably hear all that, but we're pretty much gonna have to go randomly and add up all the Kapow hash rate into one. We're going to have to add up all the ETC hash rate into one. We're going to have to add up all the, pretty much everything we can think of that's GPU mineable, add up all the hash rates in their own categories, and then pretty much do what I did here to break it all down into 3080s. And it's going to be a timely process, but I think I do plan on doing this sometime to figure it out. And then we can get a complete number in like in terms of 3080s, how many GPUs are actually out there mining all over the place. And that will give us a nice number to guesstimate, you know, how many GPUs are alive in the world, literally mining right now. But I think that's the only way to really go about it, is check every complete algorithm one by one that is GPU mineable, and do those conversions through the hash power calculator and so on, and then just divide all that by the amount of hash that a GPU does. It'll be pretty crazy and it'll take some time, but I think it would be an interesting experiment to try to figure out for sure. What do we got? Holy icon desktop. Yeah, I know there's a lot on there because some things I'm like, oh, I want to turn back on and look at things and other stuff like that. Yeah, so I have some things there, but I do plan on reinstalling Windows here fairly soon. I've been meaning to do that for quite some time. I used to reinstall Windows once a month because it does keep everything running nice and fast. Now you're probably like, whoa, why do you do that? So on my computer, like everything's ran on a different drive. And the only thing in my C drive is either just, you know, downloading newer miners and then my screenshots and stuff like that you saw on my desktop there. But only thing that's in my C drive is Windows. So everything else, my programs, everything is within different separate drives. All I do is reinstall everything. Everything is still there. It's very fast. And over time, you may not realize it, but your computer slowly gets slower and slower and slower. You still may think it's performing on par, but if you quickly go in there, do a quick Windows install, it's like you have a brand new computer. You're like, whoa, what just happened? My computer is like 3 times faster. This is insane. So this does happen over time, and it is a big issue with Windows that in the background, all these things do slowly start to cloud up and slow down your PC. And I used to do a Windows fresh install once a month. Now I've been waiting like maybe every 5 to 6 months now. I got a little lazier on the operation because you do have to reinstall all your chipsets, you know, all your NVIDIA drivers and whatever you're using, but everything has to be reinstalled at that point, plus all my rendering software and what's so. But it's just a nice pro tip that you should probably do all the time, and that's why I do encourage everyone, keep your wallets backed up. You don't want to lose your PC stuff. You never know if something could go wrong. Anyway, so don't think XRP gonna go way more than any other coin. XRP is a decentralized CBDC. See, I don't know what's going on with XRP. That's the whole thing. Now, I remember 2017. 2017, XRP exploded. It was at like 14, 13 cents Canadian, and it shot over $3. And it's never seen those ever since, because it's been going through all this stuff, with the law stuff, I guess. Like, I don't know. Obviously, we know what's his name there? I can't remember his name. BitBoy is really all in for XRP. He's saying he talks to all these financial people and he knows everyone. They're all his best friends, always, and stuff like that. And it's going to go huge. But who knows what's going to happen? One thing we do have to say, though, there is a movement within all the governments and stuff, and they're trying to move to, like you said, the CDBC type of thing. And if XRP is on board with it, there's a good chance it'll explode because it's centralized. It's working for the people that want to control everybody. So it will go up. It just makes sense that if they use it and they promote it and it's going for its thing, it will explode. Like, I can't really argue the fact. Now, what it stands for is totally against what crypto should be or anything. But when it comes to price and what's going on with everybody, and it does have the chance to really explode. So I don't really know. Yes, they can see all. That's the whole purpose of all this. But if they back it, it's going to go up. Like, you kind of understand. I don't want to say too much because I'll probably end up disappearing. But you see what's going on here. I don't want to get into it too much. But that's one thing I can say on. Yeah. Anyway, continuing on. Is XRP decentralized? No, far from it. That's like saying, is Ethereum censored now? No, not at all. It's not censored at all. It's only 80% censored. That means there's still 20% that's not it. Or something crazy like that. But anyway, yeah, okay. Any more ats here? Scrolling up, see if I missed anything. What are your thoughts? Okay, we kind of just went through the XRP thing. Are Mysterium nodes safe? What about packet stream? I'm not sure what's I'm not sure what a Mysterium node really is. The back of the envelope calculation for Raven is 45 cents of a card's ETH hash rate. Oh, 45. Okay, 45%. That makes sense. Earn and yield are so bad on go-tos. Okay, we went through that. All right, I think we're all caught up on everything. Mysterium is a Web3 VPN service. Oh, interesting. Okay. Now I don't really know what all is Web3. Now remember, they started talking about Web3. It's supposed to be a decentralized internet, yada, yada, yada. And it seems like the more we get into it, the more misinterpretations get resulted of it. And it's pretty much turning into the same thing we have. So I don't really know what's going on there. Also, they're talking about skipping Web3 and going to Web 5. Now you have people talking about Web 5 and other people still saying how Web 3 is the best next go-to. So I have no idea what's going on with any of this. Honestly, I think a lot of this is just people trying to promote themselves. So I don't really know the answer to any of this Web 3, Web 5, Web whatever type of operations. I just don't know. And just like anything else, be aware there will be scammers involved in everything. And you just always got to do your own research. So I haven't really looked into what's going on with all these different web things. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I still do not know what Web3 is. What is, yeah, I don't know either. I have no idea. Originally, it was all like Web3 is going to be the next go-to internet. Right now, we're in like Web2, where it's all centralized, within all the big entities are controlling everything that's going on, whether it's servers or whatever. And Web3 is supposed to be the next go-to decentralized, people running everything. And, it can't be shut out anywhere because there's always different things. It's almost like a giant blockchain internet is pretty much how I gather. Now it just seems like whatever, people are just saying I'm the best, I'm doing this for Web3. I'm this because I'm Web3. I'm Web3 for this. Now there's just so much confusion out there. I don't think anybody knows what Web3 is anymore. It's just whatever it is at this point. I don't know. I really don't know. I get confused with the whole operation. Term everyone uses, no one really, yeah, exactly. No one really understands. Web3 came out one day and now everyone's just using it because that's what everyone says. Who knows? What's your take on people playing GTA 5 so they can get some Neoxa coins? I don't know. That's good for them. I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't play these games. If they did implement that into games I played, then maybe I'd check it out and see, how it works and what's it on. Like, I still think we went over it the other day on Neoxa and what they really got to do to grow their coin. It does have potential, but there's billions of gamers out there. And if they're looking for ways to earn money, that's a great way to do it for gamers. But because they went through an attack already, because the exchanges increased that, they got a lot of things to fix within themselves before I can see a huge explosion happening on the coin. But, who knows? Who knows? It might do something, it might not. All these new coins are constantly coming out. And it's funny. We were looking back. We see Flux, we see Ergo, we see Raven coin, we see all these coins. Look when they happened. They all happened around 2018 at the tail end. All these new coins popped up when crypto was dying, moving into the bear market. Here we are moving into the bear market again, and all these coins are popping up. Now, there's tons of coins out there, and most of them are going to fail. A lot of them come in with a lot of big hype, a lot of things going on for them, but they might fail. So we'll see what happens. Neoxa got attacked very early on. Meowcoin is trying to step in the spotlight. They don't have much hash rate. They may get attacked and run into the same situation. So they need really active devs. They got to keep on their toes, and they could have futures if everyone plays their cards right. Right now, I just think it's too early. There's too many coins joining into the operation, and there's just, I don't know. Everyone's trying to get investors involved. Where are the investors going to go? Who's doing something different? We'll see what happens. Yeah, do your own research. Look into everything. There's nothing I could really say about that. What if Ravencoin hit $2.50? If Ravencoin hit $2.50, that would be absolutely amazing. And us as miners would have nothing to worry about. And I believe I would mine Kapow at that point because it'd be worth it. Even if I blew up my GPU, I could probably afford to get another GPU to replace it. But we'll see. If Ravencoin hit $2.50. You ready for this? Bum, bum, bum. Boom. What did it give us? Just making sure my sheet was on here. Okay. What? Did I do that right? Okay, right here. Wow. $2.50 is still only $9 million though. It's making $5.52 at 45 terahash on the network, which is pretty darn good, but we're still coming down to the $9 million, which is less than what Ethereum, that's still 50% less than what Ethereum was paying. So think about it. Ethereum was paying out 65, 70 cents after power per day. Ravencoin right off the get-go is already going to be using more power. So you might be down to 55, 60 cents after power if it was worth the same. But now you got to drop another over 50% off that. So we're still maybe only profitable about 25 cents on Ravencoin at $2.50. Rough mental calculations here. Could be way out to lunch, but the hash rate's going to jump up just like we were talking about with Flux, catered all this. Now, if all these coins do this, then we should be okay because that's actually a lot of money coming in. And it'll equal what Ethereum was paying. But look we're still trying to get close to what Ethereum was paying us in the bear market prior to the merge, or what it's at right now, which would still be profitable. But you can kind of see what's going on here. Well, example, Ethereum would be paying $1.51 right now to us as miners. And you can see where everything else is at its current bear market price with 854 terahash on the Ethereum network. So you can see how much we need this Ethereum. We're still not equaling. Actually, we might be getting close. If we count Neoxa in here, we're above it. But we're now at 5 million, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17. Probably these up. It might be around 18. So we'll be at about 18 million with these coins all hitting this. We're thinking pretty outside the box here of best case scenarios of hitting profitability of bear market Ethereum. 2025 is probably not looking too hot for GPUs is the bottom line here. But we don't know for sure till it actually happens. But you can get a pretty general gist idea of what these coins are looking like. That isn't right. Raven $1.50. 1.5. Oh wait, what? Did I do something wrong here? 250. Did I put in the calculation wrong? What are we talking about? This isn't right. Raven $1.5 is more. $1.5 is more. This says $2.50 is $9 million. At 1, 2, 3. Let me check the situation here. I'll do the calculator and see maybe my things are wrong, but I'm just gonna, let's take the coins. We're gonna copy this. We'll go into our calculator. Oh crap, I can't copy that. I gotta do it manually. So we got 36 and 5, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna times that by $2.50. Yeah, that's $9 million. You have one block is 2,500 Raven coins. Yes, that's 720 blocks a day. So let's do that. 720 times. No, this might be updated to what it is now. I might have not had. Let me just check this. 720 blocks a day at 2-minute block times what is the block reward currently of Raven coin? Let's figure this out. See if the sheet, maybe it's from older before adult. So 2,500 block reward. 2,500 block reward. 1.8 million. So we times that by 2.50, $2.50. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh yeah, it's only 4.5 million. We're half of what that is. You're correct. That's wrong. We had it wrong. We're 50% less of what those numbers are. Okay, so I gotta look back into this. Crap. How do I go back? How do I go back? So 2,500 times 720. 1.8 million. Okay. There we go. 4.5 million. So $2.50 Raven coin is even worse than expected. So we need, for the numbers we were just looking at, we're going to need $5 Raven coin to equal that 9 million. All right. Good thing we checked on that. I had that incorrect. That was still from before the halving. Okay, so if Raven or any other go-to 100Xs, we would still not earn much daily or nor. No, exactly. Like before the merge even happened, that's a very standard point that I tried to bring out. If we were at the peak of the 2021 bull run and the merge happened, we would be where we are right now, unprofitable with the amount of hash rate that would have had to spread. We might be making maybe, 4 cents on 10-cent kilowatt hour or something. But that's the impact of Ethereum had on miners. Everyone bought hardware for Ethereum. They didn't buy hardware for Flux. You didn't go out there and buy hardware for Ergo. You didn't buy hardware for Raven. Well, some people did. But you bought a GPU, it was for Ethereum. You bought a hardware, it was for Ethereum. You're building rigs to mine Ethereum because of the profitability being so high. These other coins, they can't handle that whatsoever. So I'm still coming out with, I think at the peak, if you were to sell at the peak of the 2025 bull run coming up, again, we don't know the numbers, but some of the numbers needed to hit are crazy high. But if you were, we would still be less profitable than Ethereum was just before the merge in this bear market. That's how things are changing. The end of Ethereum is worse than any crypto winter we have ever seen for GPU mining. It's a fact. None of these coins can support this. In previous winters, we were still at least profitable mining, Ethereum, Raven coin and stuff in 2019 and 18 and stuff. We were only making a couple cents a day, but we were still at least covering power price. Now we're 15 cents negative. We're 20 cents negative. We're whatever, depending on your power price. So things are a lot different. And like, as I mentioned, what is it? Tonto Bong Ronto. Did I say that right? That's kind of funny, but no. But right there, he says, I'm holding all my cards. And that's what's also different this time. And it's going to take some time till people finally decide to sell. We have not seen any hardware sell off. People are holding on to their hardware. I have all my GPUs. They're just shut off, but I have them. Most of you guys are just holding on as well, like you said. So everyone you see, I'm holding on to hardware. I'm saving up. I'm buying GPUs when they come down. You're still expanding. So what happens when difficulty finally does come down because enough people finally just shut off? Well, everyone's going to turn back on because they think, all right, people are finally quitting. They haven't quit. They're just shutting down. Once everyone turns that hash rate back on, we're right back to right after merge levels. We could be 5-cent profitable. Things are looking good. Next day, negative 20 cents because the hash rates are just going to spike again because all the hardware is still there, but it's just waiting for the difficulties or the prices to go up, or the difficulty down and prices to go up. But none of these coins are going to be able to support the hash rate that's just being held out. So that's kind of what I've been seeing here. And that's why I've been expanding into other ways to mine crypto, because we got to evolve with crypto and it's not in GPUs anymore, at least for the next couple cycles. Maybe in 2029, we may start hitting those profits again, because that's when I think FLUX and other coins will probably start being noticed and doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I still feel they're just too young to hit the levels that as GPU miners, we really need to hit. But again, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I really hope, something does explode. We always have the hope there. But I always like to say, I aim for the bottom. If you can get through and survive the absolute bottom and worst case scenarios, anything above that is just a bonus and you're good to go. You just have a smile on your face. So if the prices go up, difficulty drops, farms or something quit, sell off, that's added bonus. And we're just like, awesome, better than expected. But if you're expecting on hope that it's going to hit these levels and they don't, you have nothing but disappointment and lost investments on your end. So don't aim for hope, aim for something and just hope for the better is the way I kind of look at my whole mining experiences. Proof of work will be unprofitable temporarily until mass miners sell their equipment. Yes, and I don't expect any of this big sell-off to happen probably till 2023, where it's going to take, probably a good year or two of mining winter and bear market times for people to finally realize, okay, this is horrible, bad. And as we wait and all this happens, hardware prices drop more and more and more and more and more until eventually, probably late 2024, we'll start seeing the nice big inclines coming back up. And then 2025, we'll probably see the all-time high spikes again. And then same thing is going to happen again. This keeps doing itself, guys. In 2030, we're going to be talking, the end of 2030 will be exactly where we are right now today, talking about the bottom's going to be coming soon. And what should we do with our hardware? Are you still mining crypto? It's going to be the exact same thing. It happens every single time. Everyone's always talking about it. And it's always like, oh, there's something different this time. There's nothing different. It's doing the same thing it has been doing in the past few cycles. Anyway, so there's just that. But GPU, for a second, I thought that said GPS mining. I was like, hey, that's a new one. What are you talking about? What's going on? But it's like, hey, but GPUs mining is only if you have cheap electricity. That's very true, but that's not also true. There's a lot of people that are mining at a loss right now. It's a fact. People are. Break-even point on power is around 6 cents right now. So what does that mean? That means anyone with over 6-cent power is mining at a loss. And most of us out there have more than 6-cent power. So there's a lot of people that are mining crypto right now at a loss. Panda's still mining. We've seen him. He has a few rigs on. Who else is all out there? We got Hawk. He's got his mining farm, hosting services going on, but he's mining. I'm pretty sure that's at a loss. And all sorts of things out there. Most people right now in North America are mining at a loss unless you got 50% solar covered or you're on solar or some other type of way. But a lot of people are mining at that loss at this time. Triple mining on a 3090 Ti. See, we got Tech Man. He's ramping up his 3090 Ti. He's probably doing it at a loss. But he don't care. He's tech man. Oh. See, Chris Hanley, he's at 7 cent power, mining at a loss. So there are people mining at a loss. Break even equilibrium is sitting at around 6 cents right now. Let's take a look. Like I'll show you right now. Let's go to 6 cent power. 0. We go to 6 cents here. We're going to calculate on a 30, or on a 3080 now. Let's go, let's go to 3070. That seems to be a go-to GPU for a lot of people. 6 cent power. We got 7 cent profit on Caspa rate. Oh, do I still? No, I don't have that. Okay. Actually, Caspa, did it just pump? Because I believe a 3070 is what, 105 watts or something? At least that's what someone told me. But yeah, 12 cent. Caspa's at 12 cent profitability. Nice. Time to get some ASICs. Caspa ASICs on the way. Let's do it. Rio's at 6 cents, 4 cent, 4 cent, 3 cents, 3 cents. So we are actually seeing some nice profits while we have a lot of unprofitable stuff happening. But the one thing that these have in common is before cheap power, a lot of these coins are pretty much the same. They're all within 5 cents of each other if you had free power. So we are getting close to that equilibrium. We're not an exact equilibrium at this point, but we're at an equilibrium. Let's just take a look at 7 cents now. Okay, this is looking more of a... See, now we have a lot of negatives with the odd profitable. So 7 cents, 6 to 7 is probably your break-even point here. But yeah, at least according to what to mine coins. Now remember, there's a lot of hidden gems out there that are not on what to mine, and they're probably making a decent buck or two, but it does come down to doing your own research, doing your own work, selling it at the right time, able to find enough volume to sell that coin at the time, converting it to whatever, however you're doing it. But it takes a lot of work to do so. Electric is down to 3 to 4 cents kilowatt. Wow. Towards gaming is everybody's idol. 3 to 4 cent power. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Smart nodes are making profits. Yeah, that's actually very true. Let's take a look at that. Let's look at, I want to look at Raptorium price. Yeah, what is smart nodes doing right now? Raptorium price. Go to CoinGecko. Let's check out iNoders. iNoders. Okay, iNoders, refresh. iNoders, refresh. Payments. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I got to convert it to Raptorium payments. So yeah, 930 we got today. So let's see what 930. Yeah, $2.20 passive income right there. Nice. So yeah, smart nodes are paying out in terms of crypto. So that's a good thing. Now there's various ways to try and remain that. Remember, that's using zero power and so on. I do have a few L3 pluses, so I'm technically profitable. Yeah, the L3 pluses and stuff, Dogecoin pump, definitely helping everything out there for sure. Check probability for 21 cents. Oh, you sure you want me to do that? You sure you want me to do that? Okay, here we go. 21 cents. Oh, Caspa's losing 26. You're losing more than if you had free power to mine. Like that. Oh my gosh. Ergo, you're losing 43 cents. You'd be making 22 cents if you have free power. Losing 43, 44, 47, 47, 48, 48, 49, 40, 50 cents. Yeah, 60 cents, 65 cents. Yeah, 20 cent power, not ideal. I probably wouldn't be mining. Oh no, Rud Potts, you want us to, oh, okay, yeah, Rud Potts has 52 cent. Is it up to 52 now for real? Oh my gosh. You're losing $1.04 on Caspa, which is extremely efficient. Wow. Wow. $1.44, $1.45. This is where it makes 100% sense to buy the coin. Like, I don't care what kind of write-offs you have to take or something at mining at a loss. That is not going to cover the gains you are going to get from buying the coin at these types of daily levels. Like, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, but I don't. I guess you're saving a lot there. You can put a hut in my backyard to escape those power prices. There you go. Horsecoin will give you a little hut. Oh yeah, no wait, Rod. Wasn't your nuclear plant supposed to fire up today? That's today, wasn't it? What happened? Did it melt down? Must not have. You're here, unless you're evacuated. Still watching. Yeah, that's a lot of power. That's insane. Oh, next week. Okay, next week is plants going up and running. That's crazy. All right, guys. Well, we have been here for quite some time, so I suppose we should wrap this up. Much appreciated for all you guys for showing up. 100%. I guess we will see you guys all in the next one. Rabid out.